we're gonna move on to our next topic. Did you get a chance to see the DMX memorial service? They had two of them. They had one on Saturday, then they had one on Sunday. I caught the one on Saturday. Where the kind of where you got all the street people in there. You had all the Locks and Swiss Beats and everybody. That was a really good one. Did you get a chance to watch that?
I got to see that. I got to see Jada, Styles P. Of course, my man Swiss Beats.
Yeah.
Eve showed up. That was big. Eve showed up, and Drag On.
Yeah.
And many of the Rough Rider camp. Everybody, even Nas. Nas made an appearance. Made a short appearance. Kept it short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And his kids, when his daughter did that freestyle.
Yeah, I love that, man. That was dope, man.
That was nice, man. A representation of her father, showing, how much she really loved him, man. So it was definitely, just saddening, man, to see that like right now he's gone, but also in the happy part, how people are really, commemorating him, letting it be known how much he was loved, how he was cared for. Because everybody does certain things. How we go out. Wish we could go out better because, even the situation, a lot of our kids are out living up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even when you do depart, it's never a good thing. So the time of tragedy overtakes us all. But I think with everybody like Dragon, he would stop crying. With letting it be known how much a person has an impact. He had an impact over a lot of people, showing how powerful he was. Even though he was going through his own situation, DMX always showed that care. He's gonna have somebody's back. He's down for it. And the impact that he made on the lot, that was something else. When he came close with Nas, when they did the movie Belly, which is a top notch hip hop movie.
Yeah.
Representative.
Yeah. I like that movie.
Great, man. And then getting his masters back.
Yeah.
And making sure that his kids get a piece of that legacy.
Yeah.
That it should go to. That's what it should go to. It shouldn't go to the company to keep it and take everything away. It should go to his kids so they can move and live on the legacy.
Yeah, exactly.
That their father built.
Exactly.
He left something big.
Absolutely, man. And I love the way that they were talking about how DMX brought the Locks, into the game, and they got pretty much put on before he did. So, and he didn't get bitter about it. He still supported. That was the kind of person he was. He was so supportive of everybody else. He could have been salty and all of that, But he chose to still support everybody else, man. So that's really big and strong of him, and I love that about him, man. You know what I mean?
That's powerful, man.
Yeah,
I think that was an important piece as well. Is he could have had ill feelings, ill will. He could have felt slighted, but he was really out for them like a true big brother would be. You want to see your little brothers, like see your homeboys, whoever shine, you want to see them come up. Because the way you look at it is that we all gonna come up.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But even though it's very competitive in not just the hip hop game, in the music industry, period.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So what did you think about the service?
Yeah, man, I think because I only seen it Saturday. I only seen the Saturday service. I didn't get a chance to catch the Sunday service, but yeah, I thought it was good. It was solemn. It was kind of weird to see, like, they was over here. I mean, I know they were in the little center and stuff. They wasn't in the actual church. But them, they had, like, the gospel and stuff, and then, like, they come in there like, yeah, shit, yeah. But I'm like, yo. But I was like, yeah, that's them. I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
But,
you can't have that much hood people in the
building
and
not say curse words. Yeah.
So I thought it was still good, because like you said, they had the choir, and they kind of kept it still on that spiritual tip. But they had to let a couple of curse words fly. So, some of them, I don't think they can help it. But I love, one thing I did love is how they drove his casket on the big truck and, drove it through the streets all across the bridge and all of that. to kind of really
Oh,
give
man.
him, yeah.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah.
Because you know most of these rappers now, it's like, oh, it's gotta be the Escalade. Oh, it's gotta be it's gotta be the top notch car. It's like, nah, give me the Rough Rider shit.
Yeah.
Give me my motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect that.
Yeah,
That was
and
dope.
then they had the whole
Right.
Rough Riders motorcycle crew following them. So yeah, that was dope.
Right, I would say like my favorite artist of all time, said Rakim. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't take death to appreciate life. But when somebody does die, I think the best thing you could do, what they would want you to do, is not just mourn all day. I mean, of course you gotta mourn, but you mourn as they die, but you celebrate their life.
Right.
Celebrate their life. Celebrate their life. DMX should be celebrated.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then real quick, let me
Because life is too short. Life is too short, man. We gotta definitely celebrate each other's lives, man. Hold each other up.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let me mention this also. So New York has made an official DMX Day, which is on his birthday, December 18th. So I got to give a shout out to the state of New York for doing that.
Oh, yeah.
They voted that in,
There you
and so yeah, that's official.
Do the
You know what I
clap.
mean? DMX Day is December 18th. You know what I mean? So that's dope right there. You know, it's a shame we got to wait till people pass away to get something like that, but still, I still appreciate it. You know what I mean? So.
I wonder if they're gonna give him a street.
Big up to them. Big up.
Yeah, I wonder if they give him a street like.
Yeah,
They
might.
should. They need
might.
to though.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, Nipsey Hussle got a street, and he was like barely unknown. I mean, I'm not no disrespect to Nipsey, but what I'm saying is like Nipsey got
Right.
street and all that stuff. Like, and he wasn't really in the game nearly as long as like like a Pac and Big, and they got. What, Pac got his streak after Nipsey, didn't he?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it's like, dang, y'all didn't get Pac the streak, but y'all gave Nipsey one? And I'm not knocking him, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, if he did what he did, he deserved it. But it's just like, man. But
He was on the come up though. I get what you're saying. He was on the come up.
yeah,
He got bigger when he passed away.
yeah.
Right, right.
But that's what I'm saying. The week before, hell, you ain't had people that could name 5 Nipsey Hussle songs. Let alone a whole catalog, you know what I'm saying? And again,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, rest in peace to him too. Like, and that was tragic, you know what I'm saying? With his death, and it's just like, man, if he got a streak,
Yeah, it was.
X need to get a streak.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah,
that.
we should always, you know what I'm saying, for especially something like X did, and find ways and to commemorate these artists, man. Like I said, give them their flowers and put them in the pantheon, especially of hip hop greats like DMX.
Yeah.
I even like the fact that Cannabis got something in the hip hop museum.
Oh
Because
yeah.
when he came on the scene, he definitely did something to the game.
Yeah.
But somebody to even like respect the LL was threatened by a young MC like that.
Yeah.
I just think things went wrong because when you got people talking to you over here and talking to you over there, it creates something that needs to happen. You know what I mean? But with these gentlemen, even Nipsey was still a powerful individual, but he was a little bit before his time.
Yeah.
DMX that gave us like I understand what you're saying. He put in time,
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Put in a lot.
So definitely, whatever you need to give him, he deserved that.
I agree.
He's that kind of dude.
He definitely
He's that kinda
deserves
dude.
it. He
Street
did.
man.
He did a lot for hip hop,
Whatever.
man. I mean, like they said, he saved Def Jam. You know what I mean? So, Def Jam was on a decline, and he helped them have a comeback. So, I love that about him, man.
Right.
He had the energy of an army, man. So I love that about X, man. I love that about him, and he's gonna
And nobody's seen
forever.
that coming. Nobody's seen that coming.
Right.
He hit on the scene, man, and he took off.
Yeah.
And he
absolutely.
was hungry because he had a lot of. And his like I looked at his documentary and his story, trying to come up and get deals and just some things happening. It's a lot of folks that passed on him.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
Blunt Records. When Blunt Records got Mike Geronimo, they looked past DMX, they looked past Jay-Z, they looked past Eminem.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy,
Yes, sir.
man. That's crazy.
And think about you think about it now, and it's like, man, we could have got these guys.
Right, could have had these guys.
Yeah.
Fat Joe said he passed on Eminem too.
Wow,
He
did
said
not know that.
Yeah, he said Eminem was brought to him and he passed on him. I was like, yo, I don't know how. Cause
They regret.
Right.
Well, no, at least Fat Joe did right though. Fat Joe did right. He did get him on the remix of the Rockaway joint. So
Yeah.
He did right.
Yeah, he did.
did
I mean,
right.
he's done a couple of songs with him, so you know that was what's up.
Yeah.
Before we go on to it, I do have a quick question for you. Your name, Supreme Ra, you know what I mean? Where did you come about with that name? How did you come up with that one?
Okay. Yeah, it's a good question. Like I said, of course I had many other aliases, man. Of course, when I started off late in hip hop in the late '80s, got more pointed with the game in the mid '90s, and going on, I started off with like names I was just making up, Dr. G, and then I, me and Doe was playing around with it. You know, he's my blood brother.
Okay.
We played around
Okay.
about what we want to do and start rapping and like that. And I'm with, other kids that I'm around rapping, saying stuff like that. Then I got a point with the name Unstable. Acting like I'm out of control. And then I said, if I got knowledge of self, if I got conscience, then I'm like, I need something that fits me, something that's about me, something that brings me out. And through that, I came with Supreme Disciple. Supreme Disciple was the first one. But then I'm looking at, because I got it from, the study of Kemetic theology or whatever.
Okay.
Kemetic philosophy of Kemet or Egypt. That people may know, people more familiar with Egypt, but it came from Kemet.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Because Kemet was the name before Egypt.
Right. Exactly.
And then you know about, and people know about the name Ra or the sun god.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In the utmost, what the other name of God is, God has been named the Ellie. You know what I'm saying? And just exalted. So when I had Supreme Disciple, I'm checking out, Thundercat, and I'm seeing how the mummy transforms the mummy. So I'm like, I need something that exalts me, or elevates me. You know what I mean? Where can I just unwrap and just come out with that? So I said, nah, I ain't gonna just go with Supreme Disciple. I'm gonna go with Supreme Ra.
Yeah.
So I had to come with Ra, the acronym Ruler Allah, or just Ra. And I went on and I was able to have what I would call a higher self.
Okay.
Artists just come up with names, but I can break it down and get to the actual fact, man. And true indeed, extension of myself and the attribute. So it's an attributed, because we all have a higher self and we have a lower self. As I've been taught, anybody can turn devil overnight. But also there's a guidance, that can lay dormant, or you can exalt you can be exalted. Because if we are in God and we are of God, from God as a people, then you should have something of God. You should have that peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That should be a higher self.
Absolutely.
So Supreme Ra is more like mentioned as a higher self of myself. That's who I want to be like. Like people say I want to be like Michael Jordan. I want to be like, be yourself.
Yeah.
Just be a higher self.
Yeah.
You
You know what I mean? You don't need to be nobody else. Be yourself. That's why I like LeBron James. LeBron James said, I didn't think at first that nobody could do it like Mike. But then he said, I figured the game out, and I took the totality of the game, and I did everything being me. That's the whole thing. I ain't mad at anybody like Kobe. Kobe Bryant, rest in peace to him. He probably did it the best doing it like Mike. He was a student and studied up under MJ and learned it. But LeBron took everything of every kind of great basketball player and put it into one.
Right.
And said, I'm going to take little things that you do, Magic Doug, Shaq, Dr. J, Bill Russell, Oscar Robertson. I'm going to take that totality and I'm going to show you I can do everything that y'all doing and do it with one human being. You know what I'm saying? Or anything else that you want to be. You want to be a doctor, you want to be this, but you can be the best you. You just got to find the higher you. You know what I mean? It's in you, but you got to be able to find that ultimate level that you can reach a higher level of yourself. But it's okay to, emulate, somewhat imitate, don't really copy somebody, but, get motivated. Hey, this person did that. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate that. appreciate that person or the greatness in that human being, what they cultivated, what they captured. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I was gonna ask you about the letters, you know, saying Raw versus RA, because I noticed you had the periods in there. So I was like, okay, I'm sure it stands for something. So I'm glad you brought that up, because I was gonna ask you about that. But did you have a quick question for him?
Shoot. Well, okay. Your top 5 outside of Rakim, because I already read that you know Rakim's your dude. But your top 5 outside of Rakim.
Can I what?
Your top 5 MCs outside of Rakim.
My top 5 artists outside of rock.
Yeah. Yeah, Rakim's excluded.
Do I mention 4 or do you want me to mention 5 artists?
I want you to mention 5, but you can't use Rakim because that's not fair.
Oh, not include. You said not include.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I can do that. So, besides the R, you know what I'm saying, who I have to go. You know what I mean? Because the way he profoundly changed the way we rhyme, the way we rap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go with the other people that I would mention. That it's tough though, man.
Yeah,
it really is tough. I'm gonna go with Big Daddy Kane.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Nas.
Yep.
Man, I'm gonna go with LL Cool J.
Yep.
Man, LL Cool J. I'm gonna go with. Man, it's some tough one. Tupac.
Okay.
And then Black Thought.
All right, that's 5. That's a good 5.
That's what's up, man. That's
it's funny that you don't really hear too many people, like you said LL Cool J. You don't really hear a whole lot of people say, like, because I remember one time this one guy, he was like, yeah, man, Cool J, like, this was back in, when he was performing, like, he was acting, but he was actually rapping, like, on the Grammys or something. The Cool J don't need to rap and stuff. He just need to do the cop stuff. And I'm like, look, man, y'all don't know. I remember Jack the Ripper. I remember Mama Said Knock You Out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Cool J was a problem.
Oh yeah. Cool J he been a problem since day one. He been a problem since day one, man. I mean, this is controversial, but I still feel like Kool Moe Dee won the battle, but LL won the war because LL was the new fresh face of hip hop at the time, and Kool Moe Dee had already had, some time, so he was kind of fading out a little bit. And Kool Moe Dee,
and like you said, LL's personality.
Yeah.
The way he uses ego, because you can see he acts.
Yeah.
So LL can make it believable.
Right.
To me, Cannabis had better punchlines and better verses.
Right.
And if you go bar for bar,
right.
But LL even still makes it believable. LL's great at that. So, like you said, the overall value of him as an artist is incredible, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I mean, he's dropped some of the hardest songs in the game. I mean, when he appeared on the EPMD joint, what's the joint? Rampage. Man, he killed that. And I mean, EPMD said that he actually threw a shot at them in his verse, which I never knew until recently, but they said he threw a shot at them in the verse. LL is super competitive. So he deserves to be in anybody's top 5 or top 10 at least.
Yeah, he also changed the game in many other ways, and I never forget what Rakim told him. He said, thank you. He said, thank you, L. He said, at that time we had a lot of testosterone, a lot of male ego. And, they fought with the hat after Rakim took the hat off his head. But Rakim said, thanks for showing us the world, L. Meaning, he was on LL Cool J tour with Public Enemy. They toured together. You know what I'm saying? LL had the Def Jam. They let Rakim and them rock with him and stuff like that. So Rakim's like, yo, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
So L did some things. He did many things with artists that was either his contemporary. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's competition. It was a competition. Because I hear right now who's better, Kane or Rakim, and I'm like, I don't really want to get into that because those are both my top two.
Right.
So that's hard.
That's a hard one.
And then,
That's
like
a hard one.
L belongs in that conversation. Cool G Rap and KRS-One.
Yeah.
That was real competitive.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it just depends on what you like because if you look at it, Kane and Rakim are both the two of the top lyricists ever, but their styles are very different. Like Kane is more about, you know, those word plays and, you know, repetition rhymes to make sure that you can see how smart he is, how many different rhymes or words he can rhyme. And then you got Rakim,
Right.
who's got that scientific mind, so he's trying to school you at the same time, you know what I mean, almost build and destroy you at the same time, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's different.
Yeah, word is born.
It's different, you know what I mean? So I like that about both of them. I think it's a hard discussion, but I think if you go by performance, Kane might win it because he can maybe rock the crowd a little bit better. But bar for bar, I think Rakim might take it. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say, but depends on what you like.
Yeah, I tell you what, though.
Because like you said, yeah, King, boy.
Now, I'm going to say nothing ain't fucking with that, the Punisher joint. I'm going to tell you that right now. Rakim, nothing is not fucking with that.
That was like Nas said, like you said, Nas was like, yo, he said that Punisher, man.
Yeah, nothing
Nas
fucking
wanted
with
to
that.
let everybody know I'm going to give Rakim his flowers. He's my guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
people can remember that. Hey, this is where I got it from. This is where I was influenced by this man. But yeah, like you said, that Punisher, man.
That was it right there.
Woo!
We never got to see. You know what? We never got to see, but it came close. It came close. Rakim on that Ricochet soundtrack when he was gonna do that the rhythm hit it.
Right.
He had
He had bars in
great,
there. Yep.
but he took it out.
Yep. He took it out.
Kane and him and they people was like, nah, we going in a different direction, bro. We going in this direction because Rakim never got to produce. He never got to produce his ether.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Kane never got to produce the takeover. Or the other artists just say, yo, like LL never said, let me go. Of course, Kane was LL's Tuesday's favorite rapper.
Yeah.
And then, of course, LL never said, well, let me take a shot at the R because if you're going after Rakim, you know, I mean, hey, Kane, you better come with it.
Yes, sir.
Because it's going to be a one-hit off with your head.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I think other artists are smart. Like, yo, I don't think I'm gonna take that shot at the R. I don't want to test his water and see exactly what he'll do. Like my man, the Punisher. I don't want to test him in that way and see what he really got because you don't know what he's got.
Right.
You ain't never did a diss track, but you also don't want to smoke to try to test it.
Yeah.
That's like something that you might smoke. Like Rakim said, you know, when he said that smoke something you can't smoke or something like that.
Yeah.
So you don't want to go to those deep waters and say, well, I ain't never heard Rakim. Now somebody could have been bold enough to say he ain't did a diss track. Get this dude off with his head. I'm going at it.
Yeah.
But they didn't try that because it's you know it's hazardous, man. It can be a problem.
Absolutely.
Like even Kane, you try it,
Hey.
take the shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
good.
Oh my God.
Man, listen, I'm going to say this and I'm going to let it go because I know, like you said, we could talk about this all day. But when I knew Rakim was a problem for the industry was when he said, I take 7 MCs, put them in a line, add 7 more brothers that think they can rhyme. It'll take 7 more before I go for mine. Now that's 21 MCs, 8 up at the same time. Man, listen. I knew right then and there. I said, that man is a problem. That man is a problem.
That was a
Right
warning shot.
you
You're
know?
right. That was a warning shot.
Right.
That was a warning shot.
It's like, I don't
It's
think,
like try it.
I don't think,
But watch what happens.
I don't think anybody has a bar that's so memorable like that. You know what I mean? Everybody's come close, but I think that's the one that nobody who knows Rakim will ever forget. So,
True indeed.
but yeah, before we wrap up the show, and we got a few more questions for you, I want to talk a little bit about the Andrew Brown situation, which was the man right out of here in North Carolina in Elizabeth City. He was shot by the cops, and I mean it's really tragic. You know, at first glance, it looks like, oh well, you know, he deserved it because he was running away, and obviously he was guilty. But more you look at it, you realize he was trying to get away because of the threat of them shooting him. You know what I mean? He was
Exactly.
actually scared for his life.
His perception
Right.
versus their perception.
Exactly. So, you know, I think it's a tragic story, man. What do y'all think about
Well, my
that?
thing of it is with this whole shooting stuff, man, like, you know, particularly like people outside of our race, they like, well, he shouldn't have done this, and oh, well, you know, and then they'll be willing to bring up the past, like, whoa, well, he sold cigarettes, or he did this. I was like, okay, even if he did something wrong, it don't guarantee them the right to execute them like animals in the street. It don't. Let them have their day in court. Let them, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Let them have their day in court so they can plead their case. And then if you want to throw the book at them, then at least they be alive. It'll still be unjust on certain things, but at least they'll still be alive. Yeah, don't kill them.
Right, exactly.
And then you wonder why y'all numbers are dwindling. Because y'all do so much evil stuff. You do so much evil stuff, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all having that karma effect, I guess, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
And I mean, I really think it's really sad, man, how they you know, did that, man, and you know, so many people witnessed it, and now, as far as being able to see the cam footage, they only gave them 20 seconds of one of the cops, which was after they started shooting, so they don't even have all the footage. I'm like, y'all know something don't look right if you're only giving 20 seconds of footage to that family, and you're giving them footage that's after the fact to make it look like, oh, well, you know, this is what we had to do this. You know what I mean? So my thing is
just like the George Floyd situation.
Right.
I think the young brother had actually captured that footage, because if not, they was gonna hide the footage.
Oh yeah.
With my man pressing on his neck and putting the knee to his neck when he's hollering out to his mama, hollering out, help me, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like you said, something's in it. You said something's in that footage. The thing is, when I look at it, what we call it was straight execution. That's what it was.
Yeah.
But before trial, before jury of his peers, which we never get to the jury of our peers, before a fair trial. You know what I mean? And then, like the attorney said, he was unarmed. So what real burden of proof? Now, when you feel, in our perception, you are guilty to proven innocent, you're going to try to run and get away.
Yep, exactly.
Because they're not giving you a fair shot.
Exactly.
And that's why I think what Brother Andrew Brown took off, but it still, like you said, doesn't give justification, because he was unarmed.
Yeah.
Where did you see the gun in the car? Where did you see him waging war on you? You can't shoot his car and shoot him in the back of the seat. You know what I'm saying? I think about like 4, 6, 7 times.
Yeah, and a man can't really be a threat when he's running away from you. You know what I mean? His back is to you.
Yeah,
he cannot be a threat.
How is he a threat?
You know what I mean? He not aiming backwards as he running away or something. You know what I mean? He's not a threat at all.
Right.
So it's like, you know, you have no justification. Yeah, I mean, he definitely should not have. I get what you're saying. He shouldn't run, but if you know what I mean, you shouldn't shoot either. You know what I mean? So, you know,
right.
I mean,
if it was let's say it was a white male in the car named Bob, same situation. I guarantee you, 100%, 1,000%, he don't get shot that day.
No.
I can guarantee you, he'll get ran down, he'll get chased down, chopper. I've seen it before. Cars, when he run out of gas, you know what I mean, he run out of mileage.
Right.
They're gonna pull him over. They're gonna take him to justice.
Yep.
As they say, because you have no justification for execution of shooting this man because he didn't shoot out of his car.
No.
Yeah.
He never gave you any ill intent or had any time that he was going to shoot or hold a gun or tell you I'm shooting back at you. So there was no use for you to use that type of force, as you say, the type of mentality to retaliate. That way you wouldn't retaliate. He wasn't retaliating. He tried to fled the scene, which maybe he shouldn't have done, like you said, but he felt what he's thinking, man, they got me guilty, and I need to get out of it.
Yeah. And you know another thing they're trying to do. You know another thing they're trying to do. They keep trying to use excuses why they're not putting out their other footage. Well, you know, some of the footage is going to be shaky, so you can't really tell. Then release it.
Yeah.
What the fuck is you waiting on?
Right.
Release it. It don't matter. If it's shaky, it's shaky. We'll make that determination when we see it. You know what I mean? Did you want to say something else about this
You know what I'm
situation?
Yeah, man. It's just only
Right, just like this. Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, go ahead. You
Go ahead.
good? You good? Go ahead.
No, I'm saying just like I think you said earlier, Michaela Bryant had actually dropped the knife.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of us didn't know that because they don't talk about that.
Right.
They said she's having a knife, then they wanted to ask the officer. They said the officer did say, put it down. Some people didn't hear it. Some people said the officer said, drop your knife, drop this and whatever, trying to make the justification that he was saving another life. But he also didn't know the whole situation.
No.
But like you said, that she ended up dropping him. So again, what gave you the reason?
To
But
open the
now
fire.
they're probably going to have to put it.
Yep. It's a tough situation, man. And I mean, they're going to defend that.
Mhm.
They're going to defend that as much as they can, man. And that's going to be a harder one to win. Because anytime they
Right.
can say we had a weapon, you know, it's hard for us to win that one. No matter what the circumstances are, they're going to always say, well, she had a weapon. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
Right.
you know, they even got people
And now,
in her own neighborhood that's just like, yeah, she had a weapon. Sorry, what can we do? You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, and that just, you know, like you said, as we say, as I remember Brand, they did a song called Probable Cause.
Probably.
They always, they can use, that's what we said, the laws and everything is backwards, man. It has to be changed. Because they can always use probable cause in the act of murdering or killing somebody when you ain't got no justification for killing somebody.
Absolutely.
Because you have that weapon. You have the power of a gun. You can justify your way out and your way to doing it and saying, oh, well, it was probable cause of me as a law enforcement officer.
Yeah.
I felt my life was in danger. It was in danger because you saw a threat. That was no threat. Only your fear of the threat.
Yeah.
Because of your mentality.
Yeah.
If you're right, exactly. If you're thinking from that mentality, just like Breonna Taylor, which I think where I'm at on New Cut Road, and then not that far from there in that neighborhood where she's at, a little bit more down, maybe 2 more miles down in another area, and where when she got shot, the footage somehow disappeared. But then they have a little bit of it, and then they don't have it. They say, well, we don't know the facts. But then people that was there said, I never heard an officer say, you know, we have an official warrant. I say, this is the police.
Right. Exactly. And that's how it
So you don't
always
know
is. That's how it always is, man. And I mean, and I'm glad you brought up Brand Nubian because that made me think about something. You know, one of their first songs, Sunshine, where my man Grand Poobah said, now here's some food for thought. Many fought for the sport, but the black man still comes up short. You know what I mean? It's like, no matter what it is, you know what I mean, we always end up with the short end of the stick. You know what I mean? And we fighting for this country, trying to feel like we equal, but we still come up short. You know what I mean? For black people in general. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man.
Right, exactly. You know what I'm saying? You still are looked at, you know, a certain way. You judge a certain way. So now any of us are gonna think a certain way. We're gonna be like, okay, what can I do? Because for one, you don't think you're gonna get a fair trial.
No.
Which you probably not. You probably ain't gonna get a fair shot. Even though we do need more training ourselves on how to deal with law enforcement. I think we need some of that too.
Yeah.
We need to be retaught and things like that. But we also have to feel in the way we have to defend ourselves. Because the way they come out though is self-defense. That's why you had a Black Panther Party for self-defense. That's why you had a new Black Panther Party. That's why you had the NFAC.
Yeah.
You had different groups.
It's
We
necessary.
have to have our own self-defense groups to control our street and control our hoods because y'all supposed to be our law protectors, but you don't protect our neighbors.
You're not doing it. Not doing it at all. You know what I mean? So
And
it's
now-
crazy.
And now I might get shot for calling you and saying, yo, I'm having a problem with somebody breaking in my door or somebody come after me that's attacking me, but you're going to shoot and kill me because you don't know what's going on. All you see is black.
Right.
Hey, I don't know. They both the enemies.
That's all I saw.
I'm going to shoot this Negro. I'm going to shoot this African American.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
so
all
how
they
do I
see.
feel safe, like you said?
That's crazy, man. Did you have anything else to say about the Andrew Brown situation?
Nah, not really. I was going to say something real quick because it left my mind going back to the DMX and Black.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Black Rob and Black Rob and Shock G. It's just kind of funny how all they were kind of connected as far as like, well, X, he was kind of like the Tupac of the time when he came out. He kind of came out on that Tupac energy. And then here you got, Black Rob that was connected to Biggie. And then you have Shock G connected to Tupac. So it's kind of funny that those three MCs connected and they left. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they were outside of each other, but they were kind of the same.
Right.
I just kind of wanted to throw that out. I mean, I know and not to belittle Andrew Brown, because that was tragic. I just wanted to get that out there before I lost it. That's all.
Yeah, you good, man. I mean, I think I'm pretty much finished with what I had to say about Andrew Brown. Just wanted to kind of chop it up on that a little bit. So I appreciate your perspective on that as well. So before we close it out, I just want to, give you a couple more questions about yourself. How old were you when you first got into rapping and, getting into hip-hop?
How old was I when I first got into hip-hop and began to rhyme? Man, I would say about, I would say about 10 years old.
Okay.
10 years old, 10 years old and so forth, when I started to really, when I started, just rhyming and just playing with it, freestyling into it, you know what I'm saying? Yo MTV Raps, the videos and things like that. It was playing it, and like you said, the vinyl records was like my favorite. Seeing Kumo D records, the Wild Wild West. Houdini, Houdini on the record, you know what I'm saying? Fat Boys, and just remembering hearing what I would cater to, you know what I'm saying? JJ Fad, and things like that, you know what I mean? So just getting into it, man, at a young age as a youth, you know what I'm saying, and just wanted to participate and do things like freestyle is one of the elements. Seeing all the other things going on in the hip hop scene, it's pretty dope. And I can't forget that double vinyl record with Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? When he did "Girls in the World Ain't Nothing Trouble."
Oh yeah,
And the Nightmare on N Street type of joint. Yo, all that was that's what made hip hop, man.
Yeah, man. A lot of people be sleeping on Fresh Prince, but I had them albums, man. I had the He's the DJ, I'm the Rapper album and all of that, man. So, he was my dude, man. I liked Fresh Prince. I thought he could actually rhyme, too, you know what
Kumo D in his book.
He could.
Yeah. Kumo D in his book, there's a guy on the mic said that Will Smith probably single-handedly saved hip-hop.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to get that book. I keep saying I'm gonna get that joint, man.
Yeah, you need to get that. That's hard.
I've been wanting that for a while, and I keep forgetting to go get a copy of it. But yeah, man. I mean, were you kind of like myself? I grew up in New York City, so I kind of grew up on hip hop, and I was kind of a b-boy, so I like to do a little bit of everything. I could beatbox a little bit. I could break dance a little bit. I was rhyming a little bit. Were you kind of an all-around b-boy? You have a tag and all of that?
Yeah. Something like that. I had my little style, but I think I came into my own, like that when I was listening to, you know what I'm saying, the Wu-Tang Clan, NWA. NWA was a little bit before them, but they kind of came into that when Wu-Tang Clan came in around 93. You know what I mean? I started hearing them on 92. And before that, NWA in the late 80s to the 90s, early 90s. 89-ish, 90, 90 and stuff like that. So I came with that, man. I thought breakdancing. I got to see the different scenes, the East Coast scene, more of the West Coast scene, from people that I knew that, how hip hop was alive, man. So,
that's what's up.
Styles and how you wear your shoes, your sneakers, how you wear your outfits, your haircut. You definitely didn't have what not to have. Because I remember. Back in the day, too, my pops used to get Super Bowls, man. And Super Bowls ain't fade. They call them.
Super Bowl to fade.
You would definitely get rolled on. He gave me and my brother those, man.
Yeah, man.
He gave me and my brother those, brother. Yes, sir.
Man. That's what's up, man.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man. You got some questions for him?
do you want to ask him that question? The style of rap.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was gonna ask you, what would you consider your style of rap? You know what I mean? Do you think you have a particular style, or do you think you're more of an all-around rapper or whatever?
I would consider myself an all-around, lyricist. I can pretty much adapt to any beat and flow to any beat. But if you want to know about styles, I would say I got more of like an East Coast style, but conscious, like Nas, like Common, like Rakim. But I'm me, that's what's unique. The way, and then just tapping into my voice and things like that. So I would say a conscious, motivating type of style with lyrics, with rhymes. I can do punchlines, I can break it down with metaphors and things like that. So I would consider myself an MC, man, for sure.
Okay, that's what's up.
Okay, I got one more question for you.
Yes, sir.
So you being in Kentucky, why do you feel it's important? Like when you're talking about your style of rap, why do you feel it's important to keep like that boom bap style, that style of rap? You got the South, with the trap. You got Chicago with the drill music. It just seems like, I listen to some other podcasts, like Doggy Diamonds and things like that. And they're basically saying like, New York rap is pretty much going to be done because it just, all the people in the industry want everything else. They want everything else. But when it comes to where it actually came from, they don't want that type of sound. So why do you feel that it's important for you, like out in Kentucky, to continue that tradition?
I would like to be like, man, just giving people originality. Uncut, raw. The essence of it all, man. Where it came from. I mean, hip hop is the essence of this, man. Whether you rap, I know what they make it people. You want to stand out, so you want to be extra. But when you're being extra like that, where you're not really lyrically inclined, where you really ain't punching, and you using all these damn gimmicks and you sounding loud, it's like a circus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to stop that, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't really flowing, man. You just doing extra stuff to get attention.
Right.
That's really what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And people are riding to the beat more than they hearing you saying something like Tupac with the delivery.
Yeah.
You coming with a discussion. You know what I'm saying? And you letting somebody know how I feel today, how you should feel, what you should know about the topic.
Yeah.
Like people that would put something on your mind. You know what I'm saying? Rather than go with these gimmicks and the extra stuff that you put on the mic, and really it's about that look that people are listening to the chorus and they hear the beat. So they're going like, I ain't got no clothes, I ain't got no stuff. So you know what I mean? We dumbing it down, and that's why it takes people for me to lift it up and uplift it. Not saying that there ain't youthful people out there, people that's soulful, that's got the styles. I mean, I like how every once in a while when Kendrick Lamar, Blessed, J. Cole, you know what I'm saying? I always got love for Papoose. Papoose is great with bringing that creativity in lyrical style. Even though I like it more in his mixtape era, because I feel it's changed up a little bit. It's been a little bit different. When he came on the scene with the mixtape, straight beats.
Yeah.
Everything was annihilated. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of his mixtape stuff, man, is just something. And he was before his time. And I think that's why you can't do it any better when you came out. When you was just really doing it. Not saying Papoose ain't doing those stuff, because he's still doing some nice stuff, man. You know what I mean? But I would say we dumbing it down too much. You got to get back to I like it with original styles, but you got to have some creativity. I mean, it's witty. It's some creativity, but you got to be on your page, man. You're writing with your lyrics. You got to bring some extra dosage, man.
Yeah.
Extra dope stuff up, man, with the rhymes and the lyrics, the way we like it for hip hop. But to each his own. I mean, big up to those who have success as long as they ain't selling their stuff out, selling their people out. You're snitching.
Right.
Because before, back in the day, hip hop, we didn't allow that. We didn't sit like it was cool for you to be a rap. and then for you to be big.
Yeah.
Be like, it's okay for me to rat somebody else out to keep myself out of trouble.
Tekashi.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying, and rhyme about it, you feel good about it.
Right.
You know, we got to get back. We got to get back to things like that to make real young men appreciate this and be like, man, I want to be a real man when I'm in this, man. I want to stand up and just be me. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with women.
I agree. Well, did you have anything you want to ask before I wrap it up?
Nah, I think that's it, man.
Well, we're gonna wrap the show up, man. But before we go, you want to put some information out there, how people can find you, social media, music links, and all of that.
Word up, my pleasure, my brothers, man. Again, man, you know, representing and loving this on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can find me at Supreme Ra 7. You know what I'm saying? Look that up, Supreme Ra 7. Like I told you before, here and now, .supremera.com. You can find me on a lot of outlets, but for those that just simply want to just look up my music, Google me Supreme Ra. You'll find me on YouTube. You'll find me on Spotify. You know what I'm saying? And Apple Music, which I know are some of the major digital platforms out there. And I'm on all platforms right now. I got Witness My Kingdom, the new album. I would definitely suggest, if you love hip hop, if you moving with hip hop, then you moving with me, man. You respecting the movement of Black Law Rebel music, and right here, man, you hearing it from the king. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put it on, put it on the map, and represent hip hop, and you know, continue to represent what we got. Actually, we got a video, Hip Hop Monument, where we give respect to our peers, to the legends.
Okay.
Let them know Wu-Tang and Rakim, the Cash Money, you know, even, you know, Big Pun, Notorious B.I.G., Tupac, and salute all of those, man. Jay-Z, Nas, can't forget them, what they did for us in the game, you know what I'm saying, and not forget that, and know how to make the right steps, man, to change what in this era, you know, that we call hip hop, and continue to let it reign on supreme, man, and pass it on to the next. Hey,
that's what's up, man. We really appreciate it. I did follow you under my personal page under the name Wordplay. If you haven't noticed that, but yeah, I follow you under there. And you know, we got our Facebook page, we got Twitter as well for Triad Hip Hop Podcast. We're on Spotify as well, StreamYard. You know what I mean? We got everything going. What else we got? Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We're on YouTube. You know, definitely, if you get a chance, check out our YouTube page, because we got a lot more content on there that we don't share on anywhere but YouTube. So, you know, definitely check that out if you get a chance. And we'll. Did you say you have a YouTube page?
I'm on YouTube. I think I followed y'all on YouTube. Okay. I'll check to make sure.
Okay.
So we can stay in touch, man, and definitely along the line, man, do this again, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate you having me.
Chopping up with y'all brothers.
Yeah,
we'll get back on that.
Throwing the clap.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we're gonna definitely have you back one day, and we want to get Doe on the show and all the rest of the guys. You know, Rel, everybody. You know what I mean? We want to get all y'all. So you know, we might have to do it one by one, but you know, we'll get around, because all of y'all, you know, I think put out good music. And it's good raw hip hop, you know what I mean? That real culture stuff that we need to keep the spirit of hip hop alive. So I love that, man. So anybody who's still checking us out, you know, we were just finishing up interviewing my man Supreme Ra. You know what I mean? Like you said, you can find him on Instagram, everywhere music is found, Spotify, you know, everywhere. You know what I mean? So go check out the man's music. And that joint Witness My Kingdom, that's really hot. So want to give you props for that one more time. This has been episode 163. And this is Kurt. This is my man.
Howie.
And this is
Supreme Ra.
So we appreciate you, my man.
Truly, man. Supreme Ra.
All right, man. Well, we're going to close it out, and we'll see y'all on the next one. All right?
Peace.